Got to catch Ryan Burns on Gopher Illustrated for the best in Minnesota football coverage. I've just found him over the last week. Some great insight into Gopher football. PJ Fleck, of course, taking the reins, and it should be an entertaining 2017 season with Fleck on the sideline and another era of Gopher football. And the last thing I'll hit you with, Ryan, because it hit me last night, the expectations are just insane because you already take a team that's winning 8-9 games typically a year, and then you add PJ Fleck, who's the whiz kid from Western Michigan. But I sense in some of the things that I saw come out of Big Ten Media Days in particular is that he's trying to pull back the expectations just a bit.
Absolutely, and I think they should be. I can tell you the previous coaching staff was building towards last season being the year. Now, it should have been the year because Minnesota ultimately does end up 9-4. It's a fantastic win-loss total. But you look at their 4 losses from last season, they were winning all 4 in the second half and 3 out of the 4 in the fourth quarter. If they could have just got consistent quarterback play, we're talking about an 11-win team for Minnesota, and Tracy Claeys is probably still here. The issue is they don't have nearly the depth that they had last year. They're replacing a brand-new quarterback. They have a lot of issues along their offensive line that they still have to fix up. They don't really have a lot of firepower at wide receiver still, and with PJ coming in, a former NFL wide receiver, and he's got a fantastic wide receiver coach in Matt Simon, they need some talent there. And then we've talked about the back 4. I mean, this was going to be a year that Minnesota wanted to take a step back because they knew that they didn't have the firepower for it, and especially they didn't have any real experience at quarterback. So what are expectations for a realistic Gopher fan? I think the worst end of the spectrum here is Minnesota goes 6-6. Anything less than 6-6, depending on catastrophic season-ending injuries for players such as Rodney Smith, Steven Richardson, guys like that, I think the low end is 6-6. If Minnesota's bowling, I don't really have a lot of complaints. Now, I think that they're going to go 7-5, but again, we've laid out this scenario where they win more than that. It's just going to come down to how does the quarterback adjust to year 1 Kirk Ciarrocca offenses. But expectations for this year shouldn't be 8 wins. I don't think that's realistic by any sorts. I think 6 or 7 wins with the opportunity to win more than that should be the expectation.
Ryan Burns has his game-by-game predictions there at Gopher Illustrated, as well as a breakdown of all the positions and all you need to get set for the Buffalo game this Thursday, and, of course, the Big Ten slate coming up. Ryan, we appreciate the time.
Appreciate it. We'll talk soon.